Hey, welcome YouTube viewers. Welcome to our second episode, and thank you for looking at our channel, KindledSpices. You're in Anita's kitchen again today. So today I will be cooking up what they call Japchae Korean noodles. It's something that was requested of me today, so it kind of like inspired me to cook. So for Japchae noodle, you want to get the sweet potato noodles that I have here. I have spinach already cooked and ready to be marinated, and then these are some vegetables that I've already chopped. If you're a vegetarian person or you like vegetables, then by all means put as many as you like. Here I have 5 different types of vegetables to incorporate into the noodle dish. We have chopped onions, we have red bell peppers, some green bell peppers, some zucchini that I've sliced into sticks here, and also some carrots as well. Now I have soy sauce, about 2 tablespoons of soy sauce here, 1 teaspoon of brown sugar, black pepper, vegetable oil, sesame oil, sesame seed, white seed, and also some seaweed that we are going to top off on our dish in the finishing touch. Alright, so let's get started. So right now I have our pot boiled. It's been boiling for about 10 minutes or so. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add in our sweet potato noodles and let it cook for about 7 to 10 minutes. So we're just going to throw all that in there, and as it begins to soften and boil, it's going to go ahead and drown into the boiling water there. And while that is cooking, you want to go ahead and allow this to cook for at least 7 to 10 minutes. And then once it is done, you want to go ahead and drain it. And the noodles are very, very long, so when it's finished cooking, you want to go ahead and just chop it down into shorter noodle stretch. So we have the spinach that I've already boiled and I already chopped up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of sesame oil in there so that way it can marinate. So just a little dab, I'd say about 1 teaspoon in there. And after you put that in there, you just want to go ahead and mix it up with your fingers, your hands a little bit, and just let it marinate in. Now this is going to be marinating and sitting there. We're going to go ahead and cook the rest of the vegetables and have it become translucent and pour it all into this bowl here. And then we're going to mix everything together, and that will become our Japchae noodle. So there we go. Alright. That. Okay. So now let's go ahead and turn on the fire to our pan here, and we're going to go ahead and start cooking our vegetables. So I like to cook the vegetables one by one, just because it'll cook a lot easier and faster that way. And so I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the onions, because onions cook pretty quick. So we're gonna let this heat up for about a minute or two. When you could go ahead and put in oil, an onion in there first, and then once it starts popping a little bit, that's how you know that your oil has been heated high enough or hot enough. Okay, so I'm just gonna grab a chopstick here and just stir away at our noodle so that way it can come apart. And after about 7 to 10 minutes, the noodles should be soft enough for you to drain out and cut up. Japchae is a really good dish to have when you want something for lunch or dinner. Today my family wants to do Korean barbecue, so I'm cooking up some side dishes for us today, which is the Japchae noodles as one of our entree dishes, and then later on I will be cooking some kimchi fried rice as well. I love kimchi fried rice. You can put usually pork or chicken in there, or beef if you like, but I'm going to make it simple. So I'm going to be making a kimchi fried rice with some spam and eggs and some kimchi, of course. Let's go ahead and surface of your pan, swirl it around a little bit. You want to go ahead and get the oil all around everywhere, so that way it can cover most of the pan. And then you can also stick your chopstick in there, and as you can see, if it pops like that, then that means that it's, you know, ready to cook. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and put my onion in there first. Now be careful guys, because you know it's gonna start popping, so don't burn yourself. And for this, you just want to go ahead and put your heat onto medium to low. Not too high, because you just don't want to burn your vegetables. You just want it to be soft and translucent. So this here is about half of an onion that I've chopped up. It's not too much just because you want everything to be balanced. So I don't want to put too much onions into the dish when I'm going to mix it together. Okay, this is about almost ready. And you can tell when it's almost ready just because when you see it becoming pretty clear on the inside of the onion, that means that it's becoming translucent and soft. Here, go ahead and just stir my noodles. It's already becoming a little bit softer. So this is ready to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and dump it out and put it into the same bowl here, just because we're going to go ahead and mix everything a little bit later on. So you could use the same pan to cook because you're just cooking vegetables, so it won't be like, you know, cross-contaminating or anything. And you don't have to put more oil, just because the juice out of the vegetables will just come out, and so it'll make the vegetables not stick to the pan. This is a really easy dish to make. So you might not get it right the first time, but a few tries will easily, you know, get it to come out very well. I can tell you honestly, this is about like my second or third time cooking this, and I thought it was going to be very difficult just because I had to deal with all the flavoring wise, but it actually came out pretty nice when I cooked it the first time around. And I just started to get the hang of it ever since. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and leave the bell peppers cooking there. Like I said, it won't get burnt. I'm going to leave it there cooking for like about a minute and then come back and stir it again so it can be soft. And I'm going to go ahead and drain out my my noodles because I believe it should be soft already. Yeah. Okay. So I don't know what kind of pans you guys have at home, but my pan is pretty hot. So you want to go ahead and get the mittens so that way you don't burn yourself. Alright, so as you can see, the noodles are cooked. It's very soft and translucent. We're going to let it cool down for a bit, so that way when it gets cooled down enough, we're going to go ahead and cut it up because the noodles are pretty long. Now going back to our bell peppers. It's starting to get pretty soft already. Now with japchae, you can use any type of vegetables you like. These 5 vegetables here are something that I eat and I like to put into most of my dishes. And so some people will put shiitake mushroom, will put bell peppers as well, lots of onions. They'll put cucumbers instead of zucchini. Some might not put carrots, and so it's just up to your preference, pretty much. But it's all made the same way. So. Okay, so these bell peppers are ready. We're going to go ahead and put this into the bowl now. And just put it all next to one another. And then now we're going to go ahead and cook our carrots and zucchini. And if you feel like your pan needs a little bit more oil, you can go ahead and, you know, just dab a little bit more in there. If not, then you don't need to. I'm just gonna put a little bit more in there because it just gets it to become more softer pretty quicker. Okay. So while that is cooking, you can lower down your heat to medium to low or to low even and just let it like cook there. While this is cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and grab our meat out so that way we can prepare that next. So this is some ribeye steak that I cut into pieces and marinated. It has onion, and I put the same ingredients that I have right here, which is 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, a teaspoon of brown sugar, some black pepper, and also sesame oil. That's pretty much the main ingredients that you're going to be using the whole time for this dish. And so I'm going to, this is already marinated and going to be ready to cook after I cook this last vegetable sides. And then afterwards, we're going to go ahead and put the noodles in this bowl and mix it all together. Now when I put the noodles into the bowl, that's when I'm going to put the rest of this mixture in it together. Alright, so we're going to just go ahead and leave this here for a minute. And go back to our vegetables, see how this is going. Ah, look at that. You can see the little char on it a little bit. See that? Okay. While I let this sit and let it cook for a little bit more, I'm going to go ahead and cut our noodles into smaller strings. Alright. So just be careful. You just want to stick your hand in there and make sure that it's pretty, you know, cooled down. As you can see, the steam is still rising, so it hasn't cooled down yet. But you could essentially just, you know, cut it up quickly if you want, or just wait till it cools down a little bit more. For this, you don't have to stick your hand in there. You can actually just stick your scissors in there and just start chopping it. But I'm going to go ahead and just raise it up and cut it up really quick. This is potato noodles. So potato noodles, you know, they tend to be pretty long. If you don't cut them, you're gonna be like grabbing them in the mixture forever. And you don't want to do that. All right, let's go back to our vegetables. There we go. Okay, so this should be cooked about enough now. Hi, babe! Okay, so we're going to pour this vegetable mix into the rest of our vegetables here in the bowl. And then now we're going to go ahead and cook the meat. So you can raise up the heat back to medium or medium to low. And then you don't have to add any oil just because this is already marinated. You just want to go ahead and just put it in there. And just let it cook. Now this is ribeye steaks. So ribeye steaks are pretty thin in slices and they cook pretty quick. And as you can see, I'm just using a chopstick. I don't really need to use a spatula or anything like that. Chopstick is just fine for me. Alright, so as you can see the meat is starting to cook up a little bit there. So just a little bit more stir in it. Smells so good already. God. Oh God. Let me go ahead and toss it a bit. And I don't know if you guys remember, but remember in my first video what I said? In the kitchen, when you're cooking, things tend to get messy, so don't mind that. If you're too busy worrying about cleaning, you know, you're gonna end up burning your dishes. Alright. Look at that there. Alright, so this is done. We're going to go ahead and turn off our heat. And we're going to go ahead and just pour this into with the rest of the vegetables that we have here. Okay. Okay, so I just poured the meat out, and so it's very hot. I'm going to go ahead and use some tongs so that way I can mix everything together. So I'm going to just go ahead and pull these noodles apart and make sure that we cut them up pretty nice and decent. If you still see some long strings, you can grab your scissors and cut it up once more. But I think this should be good already. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and put our noodle in there. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pour the rest of the mixtures in there. So we have our brown sugar, our soy sauce, a little bit of sesame oil you want to pour in there. Nice. There we go. And then don't be generous with the black pepper. Black pepper complements this plate very nicely, so it'll bring the flavor out. Okay. Now you just want to go ahead and mix everything in all nicely. Oh, it smells wonderful. Alright, look at that. Look how colorful this dish is. Wonderful. Okay. So after you mixed it, all this off. Okay. Alright. Go ahead and pour it into my little dinner plate I have here. And this is the seaweed that we have here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a few slices, just line it up together, and we're just going to cut it up in there. And on top. Alright, and there we have it. Our japchae is ready to eat. There you go. And here you go, guys. This is how you make japchae. That's how you put it together. Are you hungry?
Yeah.
Here you go. Tell me how you like it. Oh my God! Slow down. Was good? Was that good? More seconds? Here, I'll give you more. Have at it. More? There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And there you go, guys. This is how you make japchae. Thank you for watching. Click on the bottom to click subscribe to my channel if you like my video today. Again, KindledSpices. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.